Welcome back, you guys. My name is Sarah. I am known as Carnivore Yogi over on Instagram. You can follow me over there if you want daily stories and posts and updates. Today, I am going to tell you my top 5 carnivore diet meals when I am trying to hit 80% fat and 20% protein, which is ketogenic macros for a carnivore diet. I'm going to show you what those meals look like, break them down, and I will even show you the macronutrient levels. Now, if you are trying to get into ketosis, you may even want to bump it up to 90% fat and 10% protein. I will be doing a separate video that will come out tomorrow that will show you guys what that looks like, so make sure you're subscribed so you can get that one as well. 80-20 is usually pretty good for most people, so that's this first video that I'm doing here. I personally did a 90-10 for about 6 months while I was trying to heal some pretty serious hormonal issues I was having. You can go back and check out my catalog of videos if you're curious about what that looked like. I am now eating more in this 80-20 range. So let's just jump right into some of these meals. Again, I'm going to post a picture of the meal here in the video as well as the macronutrient breakdown. Now, these are not 100% accurate. The body is also not a closed system. So to track a little bit while you're trying to figure out your macronutrient ratios is very helpful, and then you kind of can know what that looks like on a plate, but I don't think people need to be weighing, tracking, and measuring long term. I don't really do it anymore now that I know what this looks like on a plate, but it did take some practicing. It's a little disclaimer there before I start getting into the data. So the first meal, and I have this for breakfast quite often, is 1 ounce of these Carnivore Crisps liver chips, which I'll link below, and 1.5 ounces of butter. That is typically what I have for breakfast, and here are the macronutrient ratios. Again, it's right around at 80-20, and it's a nice breakfast that I start my day with quite often. A staple meal for me for lunch is 4 ounces of ground beef. Now this is cooked 4 ounces, so it's probably more like 6 ounces uncooked, but I weigh everything cooked just to keep it consistent. 4 ounces cooked 85-15 ground beef with 1.5 ounces of butter. I do like to let the meat cool down a little bit so the butter doesn't quite melt on, but you can just throw that butter right on as soon as your meat's cooked, and it's really, really delicious. I am obsessed with egg yolks, and egg yolks are a really wonderful way to get in that high fat ratio. So a staple meal of mine is 6 egg yolks cooked in about 1/2 ounce of butter and a tablespoon of salmon roe, which I absolutely love. Now I get my salmon roe from Whole Foods Market. I'm very blessed that they have salmon roe here. I think there is a source online called Vital Fresh. I think I might be saying that wrong, but a lot of people do report that they can buy their salmon roe online. So that is another high fat meal. It's just some egg yolks cooked in butter with a tablespoon of salmon roe. You hit that macronutrient ratio very nicely if you see from this little picture here. All right, this next one, when I posted this on Instagram, people absolutely flipped out. They were like, holy crap, are you eating a stick of butter? No, I think it's just the way that I took this picture. But this is actually just 1.75 ounces of butter and salmon, some 4 ounces of wild-caught salmon with the skin on. Just cooked it in the oven. Very delicious. Again, you can see that beautiful breakdown of that 80-20, 80% fat, 20% protein, macronutrients. Again, the next meal on my top 5 is going to be an egg yolk pudding, which is, I did a video showing the egg yolk pudding and how that's made, but essentially it is 5 egg yolks and 1/2 cup of meat broth and 3 ounces of cooked ribeye. That's this meal, and 1.5 ounces of butter. Again, that's going to be 80-20. Here are those lovely macronutrient ratios for you guys to take a look at. That is another one of my favorite staple meals. Again, these meals are fabulous. I typically do eat 3 meals a day. So if you're looking at these meals and saying that wouldn't be enough if I'm doing an OMAD, definitely not. Or even a 2 meals a day, definitely not. Not going to be enough food for you, not enough protein, not enough fat, so not enough energy, totally. So I usually eat 3 meals a day. I'll have a lot of times the liver with butter for breakfast. I love doing the ground beef, around 4 ounces of any type of meat with butter on top. And then for dinner, you know, another meat and butter, meat and fat. And if you are intolerant to butter, you can also substitute these fats with like a raw beef fat, or you can even cook the beef fat up. You can also use beef suet. I use a rendered beef suet, and I think in my video coming out tomorrow that shows you my top 5 90% fat, 10% protein meals, there will be some featured with suet. But essentially, if you want to figure out fat protein, the best thing for you to do is download an app like Carb Manager app or MyFitnessPal. I think that the numbers in there I've checked are pretty similar, so you're not gonna have you know, miscommunication between one app and another. And get yourself a little food scale and just weigh things out for a little while until you can see, you know, what a portion of protein looks like for you, what a portion of fat looks like for you. If you're gonna, like I do with my meats, I always weigh them cooked. So when I tell you guys I'm eating 4 ounces, it's probably more like 6, but it's always weighed cooked, just so I kind of know what it looks like, and you kind of learn so that you're not always weighing, tracking, and measuring. But again, if you're looking to get into ketosis, if you have hormonal issues to heal, if you have diabetes of any sort, this method could be very, very helpful to help your body reach that therapeutic level of ketosis. If it's not enough, if you're doing these 80-20 ratios and you're still not getting into ketosis, then stay tuned for my video tomorrow that will show you 5 of my top meals for getting a 90-10 ratio and what that looks like. So stay tuned, subscribe. Hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome Christmas, Vlogmas, whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.